What's up, guys? Volke here. Going to be bringing you another first-person replay commentary, and lo and behold, I'm going to be playing a support. Every game I've uploaded so far, I've been playing a carry because I tend to play carries. I think they're more fun, they fit my playstyle better, but in this particular game, it happened to be a captain's mode, and our captain was kind of just picking randomly what he thought would be good, which is fine, and Treant Protector came up. I happened to play a boss Treant Protector, so I'm like, hey, I'll take care of it, I'll play a little support, and that's exactly what I do. In this game, I'm going to be pulling the lane, pretty much, and I'll show you what that's all about. I'm not, by any means, the best puller, because I don't stack the camp. I'm not going to mess with it, because I'm not good at it. I'm going to fast forward through this. If you guys don't know what Captain's Mode is, basically, each team bans and picks back and forth. If a hero is banned, it can't be picked for either team, and it's pretty simple. Basically, it's really used for picking and counter picking and that type of fun stuff, and that's what it's all about. Also, let me point out that Crystal Maiden was one of our heroes. Ulrich called Jug, yet one of the other team members picked him before he did, and he was kind of ticked, but ended up working out. The dude that was Tusk is Radiant Team, Dire Team Ban, Radiant Team, Dire Team Ban, Radiant. Okay, oh my frick. So basically, what we're gonna be having here is a Clockwork solo off lane, a Jug, Treant, Crystal Maiden tri lane, and a Weaver mid. Just so you guys know what's coming your way, exactly what's coming your way. Oh my frick, hurry up. And here we are. We're gonna go Treant, player per spec. So let's talk about a bit about Treant. I really love playing him as a support. A couple reasons for that. Firstly, he's a hard support. What I mean by hard support is he's a hero who's literally only there to support. Solo can't really do that much. There's heroes like Lina who can be played as a support, but they're really like damage dealer supports. You got Lich, who can do crazy amounts of damage to a team, and even Crystal Maiden with like some severe lockdowns and stuff. No, Treant is a support. That's what he does. He can stealth allies. He can stealth himself. He can heal. He has one of the best heals in the game. He can slow and sap health, and he can root. That's basically his set of abilities, and he's really good at what he does. Let me talk a bit about his abilities here. Firstly, and most importantly, is living armor. Infuses the target hero or structure with a protective coating, which grants bonus regeneration. Also blocks some damage from all sources. Dispels when a number of damage are taken. So basically, it puts four instances on a target. While you have those instances on you, you'll negate some damage coming towards you. So like, you get hit by a bullet, that takes away a layer. Get hit by a bullet, takes away a layer. Get hit by a bullet, take away a layer. That whole time, you're regenerating health at an increased rate, and you have bonus armor. Or not bonus armor, but you block some damage. And please note that could be used on heroes, which makes Treant the only hero in game that can actually heal buildings besides Omni with his ult and Aghanim's. So I mean, here you have Treant who can heal buildings at level 1, and Omni has to have an Axe for it. I'm pretty sure I'm correct about that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Either way, we're gonna have Ulrich playing a Crystal Maiden supporting Jug in lane, and I'm gonna be pulling. What pulling is, if you don't know, when you're running a tri-lane, you're going to push the lane, unless you have somebody pulling. What pulling is, you come up here, you attack the creep wave, you pull them up, and then your creeps will attack the neutral camp, and that allows the lane to push, which makes it safer for your carry to farm, and that's pretty much it. Yet, one of the reasons why Treant's a fun hero to pull with is because he has crazy base damage. His base damage is 85, guys. Let's look at some others. Juggernaut's is 52, Weaver's is 59, Crystal Maiden's is 44, Clock's is 58, Treant's is 85. Now his attack speed is horrible. But the thing is, that small camp right there that I'm pulling to, that small neutral camp, they don't have very much health. So I can pretty much click them when they have full health, and then by the time I actually swing, the creeps will have lowered it. And that's basically what it is. Talk about his other abilities really quick. He has Nature's Guise, which basically, you can see it's a pretty small cast range. He can cast it on himself, and if the hero is near trees, there's a small fade time, and then you're invisible. You can walk along trees, you can stay invisible along trees, Oh, and did I point out that living armor is global? Because it is. So that means that if I'm on top lane and Fred is taking some heat, I can put it on him on the bottom lane while I'm at the top lane, which makes it the best heal in game, in my opinion. Now, it didn't help him, and he still died, but the fact is I can still do it. I'm going to be coming back up here and pulling the lane again. Now, just so you guys know, if you really want to get into pulling, you can memorize the times to pull at. So like you pull at 2:13 and then you bring it up and you'll hit it right on time. Personally, I just eyeball it. That's just what I do. I see the creeps coming down the lane. I'm telling Ulrich, go back to lane, dude. I got this. And I need the experience anyways and the gold. So I'm saying I eyeball it, I pull, try to get it at the right time. Anyways, Nature's guys, his Q ability, basically turns a hero invisible with a small fade time, and they can walk along trees, completely invis. And if you move away from trees, the invis breaks. The duration is pretty long, and the duration is shorter than the cooldown when it's at like level 2 or 3 or something. So you can keep it continuously cast on yourself, kind of like Bounty Hunter and Klink's Cannon, that type of thing. The mana cost is pretty heavy at low level with 90, especially if you're coupling that with your heal. You're going to run out. And here I am going to be pulling again once the creeps come up. But, and I'll talk about this, that Q ability partners incredibly well with his ult. Juggernaut did kill Ancient Apparition there. Let's look at Treant's ult, shall we? Overgrowth. Summons an overgrowth of vines and branches around Treant that prevent afflicted enemies from moving, blinking, going invisible, or attacking. So, basically, it makes a giant AoE root. Just ensnares everybody in place. So here's the thing with Treant, and here's your bread and butter. You invisible by trees, walk along the trees, get up to the enemy team, and root. You ensnare them, and then your team goes in. Does it work every time? No. Is it a pretty good combo? Yes. And he's fun to play. His W, just so we all know, is a slow that you apply to a target. It slows their movement, and it does damage in pulsates. It like pulsates, bow, bow, bow. As it pulsates, it does damage to them and shoots out little healing seeds that heal allies around it. I'm going to be continuously pulling. Can I say that my pulling this game was the best pulling I've ever done in any game? I pretty much pulled every single time I could have pulled, and I never really missed. Dire's way easier to pull than Radiant, but Radiant is easier to double pull. As you can see, Lycan is actually doing. He pulled the creeps up to the second camp, which isn't too hard to do if you have a Quelling Blade or Tangos. But either way, we'll go back to me. And basically what this allows for my team, there's living armor there, that's what it looks like in case you're wondering. It allows Juggernaut to farm safely, Crystal Maiden to support safely, especially since she's so squishy, and it allows the lane to not be pushed too far, which gives Ancient Apparition... The farther the lane is pushed, the safer Ancient Apparition... The farther we push the lane, the safer Ancient Apparition feels, I'll put it that way. The more I'm pulling, the worse he feels, and he probably should have warded our small camp to prevent that from happening, but I'm going to come back over, I'm going to pull again. As far as my item build goes on Treant, it's pretty simple. I basically go for every aura item that exists. I kind of build like the basic helpful items that build up the aura items. So let me just lay it out. I'm going to be building Mechanism, Vlad's, Drums, and AC. And basically what that's going to mean is that means if I'm near my team, we get tons of helpful items. Tons of helpful auras, I mean. Which is fun. And you know, the other thing about Treant that I like him as a support is he's very tanky. He's a strength hero, he's durable. You can see I have 796 HP, let's compare to that Crystal Maiden, 606. That's a pretty big difference, it's not incredible, but you'll see that he scales pretty well, he's pretty tanky. And with the tanky, it allows you to stay alive longer, which is always fun, nobody likes to die first. And it allows you to have your auras play more of an effect because you're alive and you're not dead. Here I'm going to be pulling again. Pretty simple. Keep in mind that the creeps on the safe lane move faster before the 7-minute mark, so you have to keep that in mind. So once 7 minutes hits, they'll be moving slower, and I have to keep that in mind as I'm pulling. And actually, my gold per minute wasn't horrible, even with just the small camp farm and missing the last hit here and there. Let me look here. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's not the best, obviously, but I'm beating the other supports. So Juggernaut is going to get taken out because he gets cold feeted, which sucks, but it happens, you know. But our Chug is at 2-1, which is always good. Jug's going to be our main carry, and then Weaver's going to be kind of our backup carry. And then with Clock kind of a tank initiator, me with some initiation tank in, and then Crystal support. Weaver is a pretty strong mid. He doesn't get midded very often, but I enjoy him as a mid. The reason you see, this is my perspective, the reason I was looking at him was because I have to keep lots of map awareness and make sure that I'm putting my living armor on guys that need it. It's pretty simple. I do enjoy heroes that require some map awareness, i.e. Zeus, Treant, there's some others, Clockwork requires some, that type of thing, and it's fun. It's fun to see your ally in trouble on the bottom lane and being able to save him without even being there. That's always fun, and keeping all the trees up is really fun. Treant Protector is one of those heroes where if you play him well as a support, you're going to get credit for it. I'm just going to be straight up. There are lots of supports where you can play really well and your team's not even going to notice, but Treant is one where you will get noticed. I've gotten plenty of commends. I think probably some of the most commends I've gotten are from Treant games, because they're like, wow, you're really helping us, you're keeping our towers up, you helped me lane, were constantly regenning me. And people that don't know how to play Treant won't have that global awareness. They won't be dropping the heal pretty much every time it's on cooldown, and they won't be really using Treant to his full potential. May I please note that Treant actually got nerfed recently. The cooldown used to be consistent. The cooldown used to be the same no matter what level it was, and they made it so the cooldown was like way longer at level 1, shorter at level 2, shorter at level 3, shorter at level 4, which did nerf him a lot because he was such an amazing support because he had that global awareness and he could support all lanes, It's incredible. And then that kind of got taken away. I want to pull, but I can't because the camp isn't spawned, so that sucks. So at this point I have Headdress, which gives an aura. That's about it. Oh, also I build mana boots, of course. The thing about building mana boots is Treant does get mana deprived a bit, just because he only has 338 mana at level 5, and he's casting his heal all the time, and his invis costs quite a bit of mana. The other thing is, mana boots is always good to get as a support, because you're always going to have heroes who need mana, and if they look over and you have power treads, they're going to be like, dude, come on man, I really could use some mana right now. So mana boots is always a good choice. I like it. Pop my heal on Weaver there, just to keep him up. Just a nice little regen. Every hero's going to like it. It kind of reminds me of Legion Commander's regen, except instead of giving the attack speed bonus, it gives a block, which is always good. The other thing, in my opinion, I think Treant's a cool looking hero. He's a giant tree. He reminds me of Lord of the Rings. He's fun to play. He does get kind of hammered. You see me healing the tower there. Put my living armor on it, gonna regen it back up. And hypothetically, unless the other team's doing a 5-man push, we'll never lose a tower as long as I can stay globally aware there. Treant does kind of get hated on for being a boring hero. I disagree. He's a lot more fun early game than late game. He does taper off a bit, just because, like most supports, he's ability based. I am level 6 now, which gives me my ult. It's really good. I see a little tussle going on, and I can look there and I can heal Ulrich up. Ulrich was a freaking baller this game. He got a kill with Crystal Maiden there. And yeah, I mean that's the great thing about I can literally be top lane pulling the camp and be healing people middle. Unfortunately, my heal's on cooldown now, so I can't save him and he goes down. But they still got a kill out of it. And possibly another here, depending on what Clock can do. I heal him just to tell him, hey, you're good to go farther if you want to jump him. You have that heal. Now, of course, we were talking in chat too, so I could have just said that. But either way. Also, Treant's AOE and snare isn't that high of a cooldown. It's let's see, 70 seconds. That's not too bad at all. It's like a little over a minute. That's like pretty much you'll have it every fight. Screwed that up big time, but whatever. I'm gonna pop up here and buy my mana boots. Bow. And yeah, I love this build on Treant. I've used this build since the first time I ever played him. Everybody likes auras, and if you can have every single aura item, people are gonna love you, and it's gonna be fun. I love playing Chen. I'll probably post a game of me playing Chen because he's fun as heck to play. And when you're Chen, you can control creeps, and creeps give you auras, and you can grab the 3 creeps. There's 4 creeps that have auras, but you can grab 3 of them, and then all of a sudden you bring in 3 auras into a fight, and bow. It's very helpful. It's the same idea here with the Treant. Yeah, and as you can see, since I was pulling, I wasn't even really in lane, wasn't taking much harassment. I still have 4 tangos and a mana pop, which is super good. And I have 103 base damage, which is crazy. I'm gonna heal Jug there, try to save him. Jug has 69 base damage, plus 34 with his items, but we almost have the same base attack damage. Now, he's attacking a lot faster than me, granted, but still. I'm going to TP mid here to try to help out. See what I can do. I haven't... So, see, I'm just keeping global awareness. I know that's nature's guys. That's how you can go invisible. Now, if I move away from the trees, like right there, there's my ensnare, and he's dead. Simple as that. There's nothing they're gonna be able to do against that whatsoever. And see those little seeds? See those little green balls? Those are the pulsating from my W. I use my W on him too. You can see it's on cooldown there. Leech Sheet. Those were the seeds. Just does kind of it saps energy from them and gives health to us. Simple as that. I use my mana pot on me there because I used a lot of mana. I mean, you can see if I use Nature's Guys, that's 90. In Root, that's 150, which adds up to be 240. Then my Pulsate, which is another 140. So that's 380 mana. That's way more than half my mana. So PA is going to go down pretty easily there with Weaver and Jug's ult. And yeah, you can see I'm looking around because I'm looking for the global awareness. Now me and Clock are here. We're going to see if we can make something happen. Lycan pops his ult. We'd like to get Lycan, but the thing is Lycan's too fast, so I'm going to put my thing on Ancient Apparition and just take the kill. And I get the kill. I don't feel too bad about taking a kill from Clock because Clock isn't really going to be a hard carry. You could use the items, but not too concerned. We're going to see if we can get some of these wolves here. Just free gold. There's one. There's two. And at this point, I'm going to pick a Bracer. Bracer gives some solid stats. Yeah, Bracer's always good because stats are always good, and Bracer builds into drums, which is an aura item. Pulling the lane. No real purpose to pull the lane. Honestly, I was kind of just in the pulling lane mood. I literally hadn't missed one this whole game, so I'm just like, I'm on a roll. I'm going to keep doing it. And I knew that I was doing it so good that it was kind of fun to do. I screwed that up. Could have gotten both those last hits, but I kind of like totally freaked out. Either way. I think... So, the thing is, with this team here, they have PA and Lycan, which has us slightly concerned. Because PA is a pretty dang hard carry. And, oh, I forgot, there's going to be some smack talk in this game. If you guys like smack talk, get ready for it. Actually...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Nah, we're not going to roll with no smack talk. Smack talk's not fun.
Dire's bottom tower has
Nobody wants to watch smack talk. I can't mute myself. Oh no, guys. Guys, you gotta see my smack talk. Oh no. I think I called somebody an asshole. I'm pretty sure I called somebody an asshole, guys. Anyways, basically what had happened was, you know, there was some smack talk being had, and what actually happened, what it came from, well, I'll talk about it when it gets there. What happened was we had an AFK, and they wouldn't pause for us, which is just the most annoying thing. If you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, like, let's just play a fair game. If somebody goes AFK, let's pause. It wasn't like it was 5 minutes, it was like 2 minutes. Like, let's just freaking pause for him, and that type of stuff ticks me off. And then they're saying, well, our Lycan is so bad that he might as well be AFK, and it's like, that's not a valid argument. Either way, we're just gonna be taking the tower pretty easily there. I'm gonna Nature's Guys. I'm gonna walk right on in, and I'm gonna try to ult, but they end up actually pulling away. If they would have stutter stepped once, I would have totally popped my ult, and we would have wiped all three of them. But they decided to stick around, which sucks. So good. So I mean, as Treant, the reason I like playing carries is because you can be more aggressive. Oh guys, get ready for this. Okay, Ulrich has Shadow Amuleted right there. He's in the middle of the lane, totally Shadow Am. So they can't see him because he's invisible. I invis myself. So we got 2 invis. He's level 9. He has his ulti. I'm level 8. I have my ult. Push up the lane, little homies. Push up the lane. There to push up the lane. And snare on him. Crystal made an ult on him. Pulsation. He's dead. It was a 1-for-1 trade, but let's be honest, guys, it was freaking awesome. So go ahead and drop a thumbs up for the Shadow, the Crystal Maiden / Treant Protector double gank. Doesn't get any awesomer than that. If we would have had Weaver there or something, we totally would have destroyed them all. But so there's my Ring of Bass, my Ring of Health. Actually, I sub back my Ring of Health because I didn't have space for it anyways. I mean, I could have dropped the tangos, but whatever. And guys, I bet you never saw a jungling Treant, but you did now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
At this point, we did lose a tower, so my team was pretty ticked at me because I wasn't doing my job. I did let the bottom tower fall, which is gonna happen. It's not that big of a deal. We're definitely winning in towers. So jungling Treant like a boss. Now I have Buckler. Gonna grab a tango and come middle with my homies. I'm currently 2-0, which is really good. I don't know what I was doing there. I think I was checking levels or something, seeing if I was far behind. I always feel a little bit farther behind on levels when I'm a support, which you should be. So Crystal Maiden is Shadow Am. I heal her. Kind of poking around. I want to get a nice ensnare here. Pop my mana boots. There's Ancient App. He gets destroyed in one shot. There's the double ensnare, which is pretty good. He goes down. Silencer pops his mech, and we're gonna see if we can get PA, which Crystal Maiden kind of dropped back. I do pop my heal on her though, which is gonna make her survive, and she goes down. So you can see all of the pulsations there, all of the seeds healing us all up. So basically my heals saved Crystal Maiden there, and my ult kind of turned that around. So the thing I like about Treant is he's a great hero, and that was such a stupid sentence. Whatever, I'm tired, it's really late, and I'm tired as crap. But point of the matter is, a lot of supports are really squishy, and if you get focused, you're dead. Treant is tanky. You can still do your thing, even if they're focusing you. You can still get off your core spells, shift the momentum of the fight, and you're solid. That's my personal opinion. I like Treant. Some people don't. You should try him out. He's fun to do. You should do my build because it's a fun build, and auras are awesome. I always max Leech Seed before Nature's Guide, because the only thing increasing Nature's Guide does is increase the duration, decrease the cooldown, decrease the mana cost, which you don't really need. You're gonna have, I mean, you're only gonna use it to initiate really, and possibly escape. So the other thing that it's really good for is scouting. Like right here, you can see I'm just scouting ahead, just probing ahead. They can't see me. I can look ahead in the lane, see if we're about to get jumped, that type of thing. Then I can just walk right back out. Pretty simple. I now have Mech and Ring of Bass, which is good. I'm gonna organize my little items around, get mana. So at this point, 2 auras, Mech and Ring of Bass. I'm gonna be going for Vlad's next, I think, or nope, drums. You can see my little cursor trying to decide which one I want to do. They're both solid items, but at that point I think Clock was like, hey, I'm gonna build drums unless somebody else is, and I'm like, well, I'll build them. It's part of my build anyways. Me and Crystal gonna be doing some jungling. You can see the amount of damage Treant does. I'm at 137 base attack right now. It's pretty good. Base attack would be 128, but with that bonus 9 from I don't know what, something. Jug's gonna be jungling on up there. At this point we lost another tier 1, which is fail on my part. I'm a pretty bad Treant, guys. We are up 8 kills, which, you know, is nice, but not really the best. Their Shadow Shaman is 0-5, which sucks for them, but it's the way it is. Get that silence, but Crystal Maiden gets a kill on Shadow Shaman anyways, which puts him at 0-6, which is good. Shadow Shaman is you can get kind of crazy, not even gonna lie. I have a friend on here who plays a really good Shadow Shaman. I can't play him for crap, but whatever. So I heal Jug there. As you can see, I'm going to be coming right on around. And nice little hook from Clock. I'm going to do my pulsation. and that secures that kill and gives us some heals. Now the pulsation actually pulses after the dude dies, so that's always fun. My ult is now level 2, which increases the duration of the ensnare. Increases the mana cost, but it's definitely worth it. The longer you can ensnare, the better. I'm gonna Nature's Guise and kind of poke ahead. If I can get a nice ult, I will. And I try and epically fail, but that's fine. It's only a 70-second cooldown anyways. And if we could have secured that kill, it would have been worth it. He actually, I don't think that he meant to buy back. I don't know why he's saying what. I think it might have been a misclick. Either way, I don't know him. He was just a pickup. He was a pug. Crystal Maiden had to go to Secret Shop. I decided I'd poke up with him just in case. Crystal Maiden squishy, and he actually had gotten some pretty. He's 5 and 2, which is pretty dang good for a Crystal Maiden. He had some pretty good farm. I'm gonna pick up my Sage's robe or whatever it's called, robe of the Magi, yeah, which gives me some mana regen and builds drums. Is that what I thought? Mana oh, intelligence, which is kind of mana regen. Either way, I'm gonna heal myself and face tank this. Shadow Shaman does drop his ult, which sucks. Here comes Lycan. I'm going to not really do much because my ult is on cooldown and I'm silenced for freaking ever. I remember I was pretty frustrated after that because I was literally silenced for the longest time. I couldn't do anything. My ult was on cooldown anyways, but I could have done my leech sheet or something. I just felt so useless. But either way, I'm the only one that dies, unless Jug does die here. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Weaver, dang, Lycan does so much damage. He's kind of like Ursa in that regard, but I definitely prefer Urs. Either way, Crystal Maiden's down there. I'm saying, Crystal Maiden, go help. Crystal Maiden, go help. Crystal Maiden. What the? And then Crystal Maiden goes and helps. They get the kill on Lycan anyways. And Ancient App. Will they get him? Ancient Apparition makes a horrible mistake. Made a really bad turn there. Gets taken out. I'm back with, I sell my tangos. Have 500 gold. I'm trying to decide. I decide I'm just going to buy the TP and go. I could have sold my buckler and then been kind of close, or stout shield I mean, and been kind of close to drums, but I'm just like I guess meeting them doesn't actually mute the smack. That's fine. Yeah, so they were kind of mad at their Lycan, I guess, which is kind of ironic because their Lycan is 2 and 3, but Shadow Shaman is 7. Now yes, he does have 7 assists, but he's a freaking support. That's supposed to be the case. They were saying that their Lycan like during the picking process, like made a stupid mistake or something. I don't really know. Either way, it'll be kind of nice because I'm playing a support, which in my opinion is slightly more boring to watch. So I guess we'll have some smack talk to observe. That's weird that it showed that. I thought, whatever. I guess it's fine. If you want to smack talk, you can smack talk, guys. Either way, I'm gonna almost have drums now. I'm gonna poke right on up here. Following my Jug and my Weave, my 2 carries. And he gets a nice hook on PA. Nice hook. Very well played. And yeah, that's another that kind of starts crap talk. When you, I mean, come on, when you say somebody is lucky, when there are lucky things in Dota, trust me, but I don't think that that's the luckiest thing ever. Yeah, true. Ulrich's definitely right. Jug kind of pushed up, got Hex there. Now I have my recipe for drums, which is good. Jug does have B Fury at this point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has
We're telling him to go watch the replay and see how lucky it is for skill teachings. Lols. So at this point we're going to be kind of pushing. We're in a commanding position. Lycan is solo pushing top, which is probably not the best choice. And while I don't like people hitting on their own teammates, that could lead to frustration. Either way, we're going to see what we can do. Juggernaut is going to take some heat. He's going to do that. I'm going to root PA, which somehow she still blinked, which is strange. I'm going to get frozen. Either way, that root did get us a kill on her. And our biggest fear right now is PA. Lycan is a fear, but I'm really more afraid of PA. And we pretty much wiped them all out. We're going to try to take this tower. Treant can face taking a tower easily, especially with living armor on. And that's another thing he's good for. Normal supports could never do that. And we're going to try to take racks. If we can take racks, that's a good foothold. I talked about that in my other games. When you're in a lead like this, you always want to grab racks. It allows you to be a little more... If you take racks, you can make a mistake. If you don't take racks, you make a few mistakes in a row, and all of a sudden bow. Now, I remember somebody was calling because actually Lycan had pushed up pretty far, and Clockwork ended up soloing him anyways. Because Clockwork was like, I can't take him solo, guys, so please somebody come help me, but he was actually able to. I'm trying to save Crystal Maiden there. There's not much I can do. I do Leech Seed Shadow Shaman, which is good, and Jug just kind of goes in and wipes everybody out with a double kill. So I guess, yeah, Lycan, they had some issues with their pick, let's just say that. And that's what happens when you don't 5-mana Captain's Mud, which we actually weren't either. Juggernaut and Weaver, I didn't know. But either way, Juggernaut's going to see if he can take PA, which he definitely can't, not with her evasion. You should pick Defensors, really. I mean, I'm not sure what a Defensor is, but it's always a solid pick. So, yeah, it's always fun to watch your team in a little bit of distress. I'll always take that for sure. So Jug does get taken down there, which sucks, but we took a rack, so we feel good about it. I got taken down, but it puts me at 2-2, and I don't really care. And PA was obviously lucky for getting that kill. I'm just kidding. Just trolling at this point. I'm going to pick up Morbid Mass because I'm building Vlad's now. After that will be a C. I can't remember if I get there or not, but either way. They have Lycan trapped, which is a really good spot. And he crits. He gets a mad crit and almost kills Fred there. Barely doesn't. So I'm like, yo, what's good, my homie? Mana for you, heals for you, living armor for you. And that's why Treant's fun, because he's a good support, and I hear the main way to say it is he's a true support. I say hard support, same thing. It's like literally your whole purpose is to support. Unlike, like, examples of true supports: Dazzle, Treant, Io, Omni Knight, heroes like that. Where like literally they have heals, they have resistances and stuff. He decides to go in, which isn't really that wise. I get silenced at the worst possible time. I was literally casting animation my ult. There goes the casting animation anyways, but at that point it's too late. Like, that silence was so clutch. I don't know how else to describe. I mean, I can say it was lucky. I don't like to throw luck around, but the truth is, literally my tree was like, roots arise from the ground, and literally right as my arms are coming up, like, release my children, all of a sudden silence totally cancels it. And the cooldown didn't proc, but that's still like a 5-6 second cooldown. Did you guys hear that? Silencer was just like shh, and I'm like, it's like late at night right now, and that scared the crap out of me, but it's all good. PA's like skills. Actually, I was gonna hate on PA's set, but I kind of like it. She has the winter set with the gloom blade or whatever, which is like a mythical sword. I'll give it to her. My PA set's cooler, but it's all good. Can't wait till Treant comes out with some stuff. I think they could do some pretty creative stuff with him, personally. I had a dream. I'm not even. Wow, I'm already in too deep now. I was gonna say I had a dream where they released a set where he was like stone, like he's like Rocky, which pretty much just makes him tiny. But it was a dream, so don't hate. And I realized that makes me sound really stupid that I said that it was a dream, but that I'm dreaming about Dota, but just. So yeah, I almost have my Vlads now. I'm approximately 150 gold away, and it's all good. So I'm gonna be coming around here. I do Nature's Guise, which makes me invis. I can kind of sneak around. There's Lycan. Trying to decide, do we want to go? Do we want to go? He can hook up, and I do the ensnare, do the sap. There's the pro hook. Nice cocks. I'm gonna try to take him out. I'm using my boss damage. Clockwork's gets killed, which is totally fine. Shadow Shaman does a nice ulti. I will give him that. I do the sap on him. Make myself invis. The fade time was too long. As I mentioned, there's a fade time on the invis, and it wasn't long enough. Either way, Jug does ult, and apparently doesn't know how to use Blade Fury and Face Boots, but it's all good. And he's gonna get killed for it. But he already got a double kill, so I mean it's whatever at this point. It's whatever at this point. That was fine. We're still ahead by 12 kills, which is pretty good. And we're ahead in towers. We have Iraqs, and actually our creeps are pushing into their base, which is solid. At this point I'm 2 and 4. So, but that's the thing with Treant. He doesn't really have very many damaging abilities. Like he has an ensnare, he has a life drain, which like isn't even that good of damage. And he has strong base attack, but that's really it. So you're not going to be looking at pro stats with Treant. I've played a game of him where I was like 5-0, but I mean that's just because my base attack is not because anything else really. I'm checking levels at this point just to see where exactly I am, and I decide I put my living armor on that to try to keep it alive, and it actually works. And pro hook on him, we get a kill out of it, and there's that lucky hook. Super luck. I have Vlads now, so AC is going to be next. And yeah, what happens is, so since we fortified the thing, I put my living armor on it and it actually healed it up a significant amount. There's going to be my heal on Weaver, and then I'm going to be kind of focusing on heal this tower back up. Because the thing is, towers halt pushes, man. If we get team wiped, then literally we can just, as long as our towers are up, we can hold it off way easier. Their Lycan is now 2 and 6 at this point, which is pretty bad. And Oric is saying, look, it's not luck. He's hit like 3 now, so you know, science, dude, science. I don't know what I was doing there, but either way, we're gonna be kind of pushing around here, kind of sneaking through the woods. Am I going to nature's guys? Is the question. The answer is no. Yet. And Oric's blocking me. I was like confused why I couldn't walk through, but it was because he's standing right in the hole. Either way, I do nature's guys. And I was hoping he'd. Okay, yeah, he came around the front there. I think that's what I wanted. I don't remember. Either way, we take the tower. And at this point I realized that I've kind of peaked. I've died a couple times in a row, so I'm going to buy the cheap items first. So I pick up the chainmail or whatever that thing is called, just because I'm building AC and I'm not about to save up 2,000 gold when we're pushing at their front doorstep here. Too risky. So yeah, with my heals and Jug's ward, we're going to be looking pretty solid as far as that goes. I honestly, and also like honestly, I think that Nature's Guys is a pretty cool spell. Like just the idea of it, of like you have to be near trees and then you're stealth, but if you move away from trees you're not stealth. I think that's kind of fun, personally. So honestly, I'm just gonna kind of fast forward this a bit, because basically we had an AFK. Actually, I'm not. Whatever. See, you can see Weaver's at the secret shop. Weaver's at the secret shop. And they're like, well, our Lycan was pretty much AFK, so. And honestly, Weaver wasn't useless. He didn't have the best stat. Okay, 6 and 5, not even useless. They're like, oh, our Lycan is AFK in the brain. And then Lycan to them is like, you guys aren't good guys. Like, go Dire, go Dire, go Dire. Like, he's rooting for us. And we're like, what the? And PH did a fail dagger on the creep, so I was calling her out because she's being rude. And we're like, dude, please can you just wait for us, and we're going to report you for bad sportsmanship because that's not cool. And PA is going to go in on Ulrich, get it. I tried it in root, but it's not going to do anything because it's freaking PA. And now she's going to kill me. Cool beans. I mean, there's nothing more frustrating. I don't know what Crystal Maiden was doing. Just sacrificed herself. Like, what's more frustrating than having your team wiped when we have an AFK? I can't stand that. So I really wish that they would have waited, but whatever. And she's like, what? Why are you pausing? What the? Okay, we've only explained it like 5 billion times.
Players here.
Is he back now? Yeah, okay, he's back. Cool. Sorry about that, guys. I mean, it's all part of playing a PvP game. And for that, freaking Shadow Shaman gets destroyed by Weaver. Quote unquote. Useless anyway. How about 5-shotting a freaking Shadow Shaman? Not useless. By my TP. My TP down. That's the other nice thing about keeping this tower alive is it gives us a closer TP. Just talking some smack. You know how it is. I'm not a big smack talker, but there are times when it does need to happen. She was like, I think she was smack talking Treant as a hero, which really offends me because Treant is a really good hero, and anybody who thinks that he's not doesn't know Dota and needs to learn to Dota. So I wasn't about to put up with that, and to be completely honest, I will say she may or may not be put in her place later on in the game. Let me just say that right there. Either way, we have a pretty significant lead, especially with Aegis now, and luckily Treant can carry. No, I'm just kidding. Treant can't carry at all. That's garbage. They're just messing around. And we're going to come bottom and kind of push right on in. And I'm just going to be healing up that tower because I got nothing better to do. And the mana that it costs at this point in the game is so minuscule that I might as well be spamming it every time I have it open. For sure. Like, there's no reason not to. You can see I've already regenerated the mana by the time it's off cooldown, which is the cool thing. Sorry, my ears itch when I have my headphones on, so I have to take itching breaks every once in a while. Either way, Jug just killed a freaking Shadow Shaman in like one ult. Easily. And we're just going to be hanging around. PA warps in. Oh, what's up? Ensnare, Leech Seed, and goodbye PA. And aw, that root. Yeah, that's what Tree can do, playa. That's what Tree can do, little homie. So watch yourself. Because you mess with the tree, you're going to get the roots. Let's just say that much. And at this point, they're all down. We might as well just end. I don't remember if that's what we do. And here we have Shadow Shaman 3 and 12 telling people that they're useless. And he's saying, oh, Jug is the only one that's doing anything on your team. It's just... this is right here, that type of mentality is someone who doesn't understand Dota whatsoever. Because the thing is, it's not all about stats. Exactly. You guys don't know anything about Dota. Stats is not the game. Yes, Jug played well. Yes, Jug carried. That's what carries are. They carry the team. But, how do they carry? They need support, and that's exactly what I did. I pulled the lane, kept them heal. Ulrich did a great job with the lockdowns. Oh, cool. GG. Jug carry. Yes, he freaking carried. That's what carries do. But you got the Clockwork with the initiations, shutting down Lycan. You got me with the heals, keeping the towers up. You've got Crystal Maiden with the lockdowns. You have Weaver with the solid mid and the nukes. Seriously, learn to Dota. That's what Dota's about. Carries shouldn't get all the credit. I play carries, and I don't want all the credit, guys. Sorry for my rant. If you watch this, appreciate you. This is Volke playing a support Treant. Go out, try Treant. He's a fun character. I suggest my build because it's dope. And I will talk to you guys all later. Volke out.